Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the full moon in Libra. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters. What are the messages for Pisces at this time, please? Thank you. Messages for Pisces during the full moon in Libra, or whenever this message finds them. Your first card out is the number 17, the Lookout. The next card is the Four of Roses, Views of the Ego. Your third card is the number 4, Birth. Two major arcana in the Akashic Tarot, and on the bottom of the deck, a third major arcana up in the air, the number 18. This card is signifying that there's a situation in your life, potentially, that is up in the air right now, there's too much that's unknowable about this situation, but rest assured that everything will be made known to you in the right time, Pisces, and that you should have peace completely, because whatever that outcome is, it is on its way to you. The first card out for you, the number 17, the Lookout, reduces to an 8. This card, of course, looks somewhat intimidating. We can see there is someone in the crow's nest there. There's obviously a battle going on the ship deck below him. The sails are on fire, so things do not look good. And this, obviously is foretelling a challenging situation, perhaps even a battle of sorts. And not to scare you, Pisces, but you could experience a sudden fall, a loss of your position, or a loss of some type of project or relationship. However, you can make a backup plan that will help you ride through this difficult time, and it's important to keep your balance. This could be a very temporary situation, and you should know that your strength will carry you through to a better time to come. So that I like to get out quickly, because that's definitely a scary looking card. And the Akashic force for this card says to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Become the lookout and scan things happening in your life. Notice anything you'd like to correct. Then take a moment to consider how to do so. After a few moments, let that go. Now turn your binoculars to look into your future. What do you see on the horizon? So you can take action right now, Pisces. Take a look around you, and it should be probably fairly obvious to you. A situation that could have been on fire, so to speak, for a while, and figure out what you can do to put a plan in place that will make this an easier transition for you, or make this experience easier for you to endure. The next card out for you is the Four of Roses, Views of the Ego. This card is showing 3 people looking into a full-length mirror, but only one reflection gazing back, and you see that he is kind of looking a little snarky. And this card is showing that there may be a thoughtless person or selfish person in your life, either in a business relationship, family, friendship, love, and this person is self-absorbed and is making plans only in terms of how they affect him or her. You may have been giving this person many chances and lingering for potentially far too long, Pisces. And you've tolerated this because you thought and hoped that this person may change and that things would get better, or perhaps you were afraid to step away. We all have issues we have to deal with, and sometimes codependency, it's tough to even recognize that. And sometimes recognizing it is the hardest thing. But at any rate, you're being called now to be aware This person is unlikely to change, and you may be delaying the inevitable. So take an honest look, Pisces, in your own mirror and decide if staying in this relationship is what you want and how it affects your future. The Akashic Force for this card says to imagine yourself looking into a mirror, and all you see reflected there is the divine within you. Take a moment to sense that truth. Let this part of you be reflected in everything you think and do. Every time you look into an actual mirror, Pisces, see your divine self there. And if you were listening to what I said, you understand that that is not an egotistical thing. When you see the divine within yourself, it helps you to see what is acceptable and what is not as far as treatment from other people. For one thing, something that you wouldn't expect a friend of yours or a loved one to endure from someone, we're all too ready to endure sometimes for ourselves because we feel whatever. Undeserving. We feel fear. We feel, we're codependent. We don't want to lose someone. And we all want to be loved and respected. And we deserve that as human beings walking this planet. We all have a birthright of happiness. The third card out for you is the number 4, also a major arcana. And this is Beeth, or birth. The sun is shining here in this card. You can see a lovely woman with a couple children running toward her, and you can see some birch trees nearby. Upon the trees, many of the trees, is carved an old Celtic Ogham letter for Beeth, which represents the birch tree and stands for birth. And you can see the ancient henge there in the background. Maybe you cannot, but it's supposed to be like in England, where an ancient henge is in the background there, and it's representing history, of course, but time for a new start. The children are representing actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. It represents an old phase passing away for you, Pisces, and a new one beginning. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. So it's reminding you that there still could be labor involved, and there probably is, but it's a labor that is worth it, and it's going to bear fruit. This card is associated with fertility, with motherhood. It could also indicate new energy in a romance or a new romance, a new energy in the family or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project as well. But whatever it is, you should celebrate right now, Pisces, because there's wonderful growth and opportunities that are about to come your way. The Akashic Force says to close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping into the proverbial pregnant moment. Feel the creative forces popping and sparkling within and around you. What would you like to create with this energy? Some beautiful messages of creativity to end this reading. Perhaps there's something on the horizon that you may need to be on the lookout for, or maybe you already are, and you simply need to prepare. This could be involving a person who is selfish and thinking about only themselves right now. Remember the divine within you, Pisces, and that will help you perhaps set boundaries. And the Beeth card, birth. What is it that you want to create at this time? I'm going to pull a card for you now from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these beautiful messages for Pisces for this full moon in Libra period, or whenever this message finds them. What is the Shaman's Dream Oracle message for Pisces, please? Shaman's Dream Oracle message for Pisces, please. Thank you. The number 9 dances on one foot, balancing act. Whoops, and I just knocked about half of the things off of my table here. No worries. There you go. I'm doing a balancing act all the time, Pisces, probably much like you. As I said, number 9 dances on one foot, balancing act. Resourcefulness, saying yes to life. When dances on one foot shows up, you are called to find a new balance. Just as a dancer moves gracefully into each pose, no matter how precariously balanced a step might seem, you must bring equanimity to the situation before you, no matter how thorny or difficult a relationship seems. If you are putting too much effort into managing your life, work, relationship, family, and digital media, you are missing the point. You have to be dancing while juggling your entire life, knowing that at any one time, half of it is going to be up in the air. It's not that you are doing too much and find it impossible to catch up. Rather, it's that you are confusing readiness with preparation. You will never, ever be fully prepared for all the challenges in life, but you can be ready to say yes to a new invitation the universe offers you. Live in a state of yes to spirit and no to everything not infused with life, romance, vitality, and the sacred. You will be surprised by how quickly your load lightens when you hold true to this lesson. You are challenged now to work with the resources available to you and not be seduced by the belief, if I only had more. Life has provided you with everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill your mission. When it feels like you are losing your balance, do not contract, holding your arms close to your chest, for you will fall. Instead, reach out and extend them fully, saying yes to Spirit's steadying hand. We can all feel like we're getting pulled in many, many directions, and we are in this age of busyness and electronics, and it's definitely a time to figure out your priorities and open yourself to that creativity that is calling to you, Pisces. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. What is the message for Pisces, please, from the Work Your Light Oracle deck for this full moon in Libra? Thank you, Spirit. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? This is an inquiry card. Obviously, who or what is triggering you is the question it's asking. The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are triggering currently in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. the good being those who we admire and put on a pedestal, if we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad being those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. The Work Your Light inquiry: who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? That's a very deep message, Pisces. And that can take a lot of meditation and thought to even be able to comprehend sometimes. So you take that as it resonates, because when we can recognize those triggers and we can stop ourselves from reacting, that is a powerful karmic pattern to break. I'm going to pull a card for you now from the Wild Offering Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. These are always beautiful messages to close a reading. And then I'm going to read a little bit for you about the full moon in Libra. Thanks so much for joining me, Pisces. Thank you, Spirit and Angel Guides, for these beautiful messages for Pisces. What is the Wild Offering Oracle message for Pisces, please? Thank you. Hardship. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, Divine, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. You're going higher, Pisces. That's where you're going. That's where the Divine is guiding you. It may not feel like that all the time, and maybe especially right now if you're going through hardships, but you are being guided to higher, bigger, and better things. I truly believe that. As I said, this is a full moon in Libra reading. Full moons are a time of seeing our manifestations come to light, come to fruition. And the Moonology Manifestation Oracle card at this time suggests that we find a balance for the full moon in Libra. Of course, you can see the scales there, and that's what Libra is all about, finding a balance. So focusing on your own wants and needs is understandable, but we all need to also consider someone else's needs and wants, and to walk a mile in their shoes and understand why and where they're coming from, and then you can take action. And that's weighing that information intelligently, Pisces. So if you've been having any kind of health issues right now, be sure to get multiple opinions and make up your own mind about your situation rather than being too influenced by others. The manifesting mindset right now is to remember that we are all co-creating, so getting other people on your side by understanding is a win-win. A manifesting ritual right now, Pisces, for opening the heart is to add jasmine essential oil to your diffuser, find a comfortable position for your meditation, and call in Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess associated with love, abundance, and beauty, and ask her to help open your heart and fill you with love, kindness, and gratitude. The manifestation affirmation at this time: there is love all around me. I am lovable. You are lovable, Pisces. Write that down and remember it and repeat it to yourself. There is love all around me. I am lovable. Find a balance right now in your life. Find that love. Know that you are lovable. Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. I really appreciate every like, every view, every subscribe. If you like this reading, please please reach out and hit that like button for me right now. I appreciate it so much. And I will see you next time. Love and light.